subscribe.
The twins ran that part of London like an iron rod. There was nothing that went on in that East End that they didn't know about. If there was a wrongdoing, get off the manor, because they would come down on you like a ton of bricks.
Ronnie always wanted to shoot somebody who was in the firm from across the water. He hated the Richardsons, absolutely hated them. He always thought that the Richardsons would come along with the guns and they'd be a right shootout.
You had to be on your guard with Ronnie like 99% of the time, you know, because as you say, he was never the same, you know, one day to the next. Ronnie was getting too violent, and all Ronnie wanted to do is hurt everybody, you know. Couldn't be happy to get up and have a night out or a day out without someone's got to get hurt somewhere through some ludicrous thing.
I walked up to the bar and stood there, said hello to a few people who I recognised, bought a drink, and I noticed people drifting away from me, left and right, and I knew something was going on. I turned out Reggie's trying to cop an automatic pistol, if you don't mind. The next thing I know, bang, I'm shot in the leg.
He says, drive me up to the Blind Beggars. As we're going up there, he sticks a gun in Ian's Barry's hand and says, here, put that in your pocket. And he tells me where to pull up. He goes in, he couldn't have been in there any more than about 3-4 minutes. The guns went off. Ian didn't know what to do. He got out and he shot the ceiling. I could never understand why he went down for murder. Ronnie gets into the car, so he'll laugh his head off. I've done it, I've actually shot him. I've shot that bastard Cornell.
It was part of their mystique that they was, you know, this identical side, identical twins. And if you hurt one, you had to hurt the other one.
They had telepathy between themselves. They could understand what the other was doing or saying without actually using any word.
It was a partnership. You understand me? And if one was upset about something, it wouldn't have nobody else around. It was just them to talk about it.
A strange thing was then, even then, Ronnie was like the stronger personality, really, I suppose, more forward, whereas Reggie was a bit more laid back. But even then, and that's exactly how it was as they got older, the same thing. But Ronnie was the leading light even then. When I looked at Ronnie and Reggie, I could tell immediately, always, they had this violence in them, if necessary. They definitely had it, and in abundance.
They were dangerous people, and they weren't the kind of people that you'd mess around with. If you messed around with them, then you was going to get it.
I was terrified of them, to be honest with you, I was, you know. I don't mind admitting it, you know. But they were animals, you can't, animals, I've got respect for animals, I've got no respect for them too, like, you know.
They had that aura about them, and they were powerful, yeah, there's no doubt about it.
If they hurt people, they like people to be around them and see it. And this was putting fear into people in the East End, you know. Oh, they were violent, all right, cool, yeah. Charlie was different altogether. Charlie I respected. Charlie Kray, he'd never let you swear in front of women if you was in his company. Charlie Kray was a gentleman. He couldn't help it, because the Kray twins were his brothers. You know, you can't blame a man for that.
The public in the East End rather welcomed them, I think, because they kept some sort of order in the streets. And they had this rather sentimental way of giving to old people's charities and paying for everybody's bill in the pub and that sort of thing.
They weren't sophisticated guys. They were ordinary fellas, ordinary London fellas. No, they wasn't big, brainy businessmen. They're ordinary guys, but dangerous.
Anyone they knew, any thief they knew that did a job and got away with, you know, considerable sum of money, that they wanted a cut out of it.
They had the brains to realise they wouldn't have made good thieves, and so they went into protection, which they were born to, and they were very good at.
Ronnie, he didn't like women. The only woman he liked was his mother, all right, Violet. She's a nice woman, you know, and he was homosexual, Ronnie. We knew he liked boys, you know, and where Reggie, he liked girls and boys.
Ron was quite remarkable in many ways, and one of the most remarkable things was that he was the first, I felt that, making out, the first gay gangster in England who actually came out of a closet.
You could talk to him all day, you wouldn't even know he was gay. And never suspect it. But if you saw a nice, good-looking fella come in, some good-looking footballer or a nice film actor who's nice, good-looking, fit, well, he's nice, and you try and make a play with him.
No one could control him. I mean, the only one that could control him was his mother. No one else.
He's a bit like Rasputin, you know. He's way out. He's unusual. That does become very, very scary. And he was scary. He could be scary. They both could, but Ron especially.
If he's going to come in here now and cut you or shoot you, he'd do it. You know, all the talking, he didn't take notes on over. You know, even Reggie, he was dominated by him, wasn't he? Really, we all knew that.
He was a barely controlled schizophrenic, and very dangerous. His madness took over, and he became an enormous problem to everybody.
Ronnie fell in love with him. And, you know, a lot of it, if you look at old footage of Ronnie, you can see that he's trying to dress and look and talk like George Wright. It's rather touching.
Boothby was so mad that in such a dominating, powerful, arrogant man, he used to actually love taking Ron with him back into the West End. And he even took Ron into White's Club one night. I mean, the idea of actually, you know, a member of the House of Lords, well, first of all, he gave Ron dinner, I think, in the Lords. Then he took him back into his club, which was a very, you know, the smartest club in London. And the thing was brushed under the carpet. This was extremely bad because what the effect of it was that it gave the Krays invulnerability and enormous notoriety in the East End and among other criminals, that they could always get away with everything. They were so carried away by the role they'd got themselves into as gangster killers, they had to do it finally.
How Boothby got so entangled with them is a bit of a mystery. He must have had a death wish.
Reggie's favourite saying, you'll disappear from the face of the earth. And that's what they did. They disappeared from the face. No body, no crime. They deep freeze the bodies. When they took them out the deep freeze, they cut them up. There's no blood, because they're frozen stiff. They burnt the bodies, and there's nothing for anyone to find.
Cremated, there's nothing left. And you just fling the ashes away. Outside New Scotland Yard, Wandsworth, anywhere. That's the end of the story then. No evidence anywhere at all. Simple as that.
To be honest with you, all I know is there's 7 people that they have killed. There's probably more. I don't know, but there's 7 people that I know that they have killed.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please join our Facebook group. It's called Krays Crime Lords of London. We're a friendly, moderated group with over 1,000 Kray and other celebrated gangster videos available for view. There's also thousands of images in the photos sections. The link for the group is in the YouTube description section. I hope we see you there soon.
Leave a like and subscribe.